All right, welcome back. This is M Dog, and I am recording this on a different. It's actually on my laptop. And let me turn these levels down on the mic a little bit. I'm watching OBS for this recording, just kind of getting things set up here to make sure it's going to work. So I'm on my laptop. The reason why I'm recording on my laptop, so the camera's going to look a little different, is I'm not home. But I've been very thankful that I've got this little travel system now where I can try to do something like this and record a video. I have been or even maybe stream actually. If the videos go well, I may even try to stream satellite stream. But let's get fishing and then I can talk about other stuff. So, oh shoot, you know what? We gotta call the sub in. I guess that gives us a time to talk for a second. So we're out here on 80. I'm gonna try to stay on the western bank of 80. And actually what I'm fishing for is I'm trying to see how active the what are they called? Blue whiting. It's one of the probably one of the easier trophies that I don't have at the sea. There's plenty of trophies I don't have at the sea, obviously, but I'd say this is one of the more catchable ones. And so I wanted to see, it's been a while since I've actually tried to catch any, because here's the deal, other than trying to get a trophy or maybe, yeah, I mean, I really think other than trying to get a trophy, you're probably not going to target these fish. Normally, I heard somebody in stream the other day said something that I thought was so true. Normally, if you start catching a blue whiting, that typically means you've drifted off the spot you're supposed to be fishing on. So it's actually something that you're kind of trying to avoid usually. So, um, but let's go ahead and get it down to, I'm gonna probably let it sink to 20, 25 meters and then we'll perk from there. Hopefully we'll sometimes see things on the drop. Oh, right as it hit 25, we actually caught something. I was wanting to get a few casts in here before nighttime comes. Obviously, at nighttime, we're not going to be catching blue whiting, most likely. All right, so there's a sardine. So let me show you what I'm fishing with here. We've got the white lurker 108 with fairly small hooks, 2/0 hooks. We've got shrimp on. The shrimp are going to be the key. Finding the shrimp that the blue whiting is actually most active on. Right now, we're trying the 3, 6, and then the red one, the 7. All 2/0 hooks. You had Paternoster, you could use that instead if you didn't have drops open yet. But drops are going to be the best bite rate. So we're just hoping to get a decent bite rate of blue whiting if we hope to get that trophy. Now I'm sure there'll be a bycatch. That was a quick bite, wasn't it? Sure there'll be a bycatch, and we'd love to see this. So I may cover this more in the next video that I do, or I may just talk about it over the course of the next couple of videos if I'm sea fishing. But I've actually been having a lot of fun doing some types of sea fishing that I traditionally haven't done. So traditionally, I've gotten really caught up in fishing at, well, that's interesting. Fishing at either 34, 41, or occasionally 30, using these small or, small to medium size, um, typically pilker, sometimes jig setups, and just catching tons of fish and making crazy silver. And it's such good fishing that it's kind of been, there's been, long periods of time where I haven't really wanted to do other types of fishing here at Norway. But recently, I have found myself really enjoying doing different types of fishing, and that started with having some good fishing experiences on the flying collar rig. Now, I still haven't caught the trophy flatfish on the flying collar rig, which is ultimately why you use the flying collar rig. And I'll show you the challenges that inspire all this. And so I wouldn't be surprised if I make a video soon about using the flying collar rig some. I also have started spending a lot of time at the 120-meter spot as well as the 80-meter bank and fishing for bigger fish, more like 10, 12 fish an hour if it's good, and seeing some interesting fish that way. And the whole reason why I got excited about the mackerel that we've now seen a couple of, and I started talking about them, was because I've also been wanting to use more. You go to marine fishing, we also need to use the dead fish bottom rig and catch 3 trophies. So these mackerel are perfect for throwing them on the dead fish bottom rig. Now, eventually, I'm going to have to start testing with paternoster for the redfish, but I just haven't started that yet. That's the one that I'm kind of leaving off for now. But flying collar rig, dead fish, bottom rig, and then just in general here around 80 and then this 120 area, fishing for bigger fish. So it's likely if I feel up to it today or soon on this satellite trip, I may do some videos fishing there as well. And those are the types of videos that I can pause the recording more often and just kind of hit record when the fish is on the line because there's frankly just requires a lot of patience. I mean, there's just a lot of time between bites. So, okay, so right now, so it's funny, we're actually not catching blue whiting at all. And normally I would have said like, oh, we're supposed to be catching blue whiting. I should move off this spot. But the reason why I haven't is I've been looking for a spot to get some mackerel dead fish, and they've not been as active at 34 lately. They kind of slowed down at 34, and I haven't seen them at 41 or 30 either, at least not like crazy amounts. So even though we're supposed to be catching blue whiting, and I'll probably reposition the boat here in a second and see if we're just off the spot or something, but I'm just like just kind of want to keep catching these mackerel for a second because it'll help me with dead fish. I guess, if you're making dead fish mackerel and you end up with a surplus that you don't use, feel free to send me a couple, especially if it's in the next couple days because I'm more likely to be using them soon. But only if you have a surplus. I'm not asking for you to sacrifice those that you might use yourself. A lot of times I have found it to be very slow with the dead fish fishing type, but um, it is kind of interesting. All right, so let's adjust here. Where do I want to go? Probably more north. I do think from what I had seen, we do kind of want to be on this western side, but let's try right here. And it's been a minute since I've tried to catch blue whiting, so is there a time of day that they're more active? I think they're just kind of active during the day. At night they'll chill out, but so just get it down to 20, 25 meters and then just do some perking until you get a bite. If you don't get a bite, maybe raise the lure back up in the water a little higher. Usually you get something pretty quick. And if you really want to try something different, one thing you can do, and I used to do this with pattern oyster shrimp as well, is lower your retrieval speed Here, let's try this real quick. Lower your retrieval speed to something like 10 or something. Oh, oh, it fell off. Just something like 10. So let's let it. Oh, never mind. Yep, nope, yep, nope. We're going to see a lot of this, or you can see a lot of this sometimes when you're using smaller. All right, so you lower that retrieval speed and then just pull it up at a slow speed. A lot of times you'll get bites on the way up. Then you want to do some perking as you're going. But you really can sometimes just see that bite on the way up. Let's see if it happens here. It may not. But there are little tricks like this that you can try. Um, as much as anything, you'll catch them on the drop. But so we've got such small hooks that it will be possible that we'll see them see some fish drop off before we actually can catch them. Hmm. This feels like a mackerel, not a whiting, right? Blue whiting. It's the shame that regular whiting are so valuable. You're always excited to catch regular whiting. These blue whiting are worth almost nothing. It may be the worst fish in the sea. Somebody might have to check me on that, but in terms of silver and I think probably XP as well, it might be. I don't know. Well, I'm amazed that we just haven't seen a single one. And spots do change. I mean, just because somebody was catching them here yesterday or whatever. Oh, man, we've got so many mackerel now. This is great. Somebody was catching them. I don't know if I should move further out to the west. I mean, if I look on where they were on the map, it looks like it is a little further west, but I think it's not necessarily well, and normally this would be a good thing that the mackerel have moved in. Problem is we're about to lose all of our daylight, and it's going to get real tricky. We are just on these dead fish, though. All right, let's go west. Let's stay on the bank, on the 80 bank, but kind of move out to the western side of it. Give this one more try here before we lose daylight. And hey, I mean, like I said, I've been looking for a good mackerel spot. Looks like we've actually found something that I wasn't intending. Another mackerel. Well, okay, never mind. I was going to say if they're all coming in on the same shrimp, then we know what to do, but actually they're coming in on all three. Now this is smaller. This could be a little blue whiting. Let's see what it is. Yes. We did something. All right. I'm just noticing something that we're gonna make some adjustments here. We're gonna just assume we're gonna go 45 kilo line and leader. Now, I've never thought of blue whiting as giving one care about line and leader strength, but we'll do this. Really, what I noticed is that we had 77 on, and I was just assuming that I had 60 on this setup, which is normally what I would use. But since we're changing anyway, and so far the catch has been all small fish. It's not like we're getting. Now you could get a saithe, you could get a pollock or something, but it seems like out here such a high percentage of small fish that I don't mind lowering the line a little bit. At least we finally got a blue whiting. This has turned into a mackerel video, hasn't it? I forgot I left the retrieval speed so low. Okay, there we go. It hit it on the retrieval. It looks like this might be a mackerel, but ooh, healthy blue whiting. Ah, don't fall off. 392. That's getting up there. So trophy is what? Over 800, I think. I don't even remember for sure, but it's up there. Um, might even be 900. I don't know. But with the smaller line, especially, if we hit a 5, 6, 700 blue whiting, we're gonna definitely think it's a mackerel. Like that mackerel is 600 grams. The blue whiting trophy is bigger than that, I'm pretty sure. At least we have now found them. So maybe we weren't far enough out west. Yep, hold everything. So this is probably saithe or pollock. And this is why might as well do 60, 60 line just to make situations like this a little safer. We got an 8.4 safe in pretty easily there. I like that. Lightings are healthy. For the mackerel. Well, this is perfect. The fact that I am able to fish for mackerel and whiting at the same time, based on, wow, based on being able to do the dead fish stuff, this could not have come at a better time. You know what? I think I want to do this for right now so y'all can kind of see where I'm at on the map with the mini map. I don't know. Y'all let me know what you which you like better in terms of camera placement. All right, maybe we'll do a blue whiting part one and blue whiting part two. This will, excuse me, this will wrap up part one on this fish. I really want to just, I really want to finish the recording so that so I can see how the quality turns out and all that. So let me do that. Let me show you one more time kind of what we're using where we are. Like I said, we've been out here on the western side of the 80 bank trying to catch blue whiting. We started off with mackerel, which by the way, I am going to be turning these into dead fish like this, so that we can use the mackerel to actually fish for other fish on a specific rig type. But in terms of what we're using a dropper with the Lurker 108, 3/0 hook, white rattle, white tube, saith strips, 2/0 hooks with Kraken shrimp. We've got the 03, the 06, and the 07. All of them are the 7-gram variety with matching attractants. As always, thank you for watching. Thank you for the support. I've gotten out of the rhythm of making videos lately, but it's only because some weeks just there's a lot more going on with kids and all that. Some weeks there's not. I'm coming up on a weekend and a week ahead of me that I think I'll be able to get a few more, hopefully a couple streams, but certainly some videos made. Appreciate y'all's patience. Tight lines, everybody.